Net credit. Credit to the people.
We welcome you to Honolulu, Hawaii. This is the final game of day one here in the All-State Maui Invitational. Kanoa Leahy alongside Bill Walton and Angel Gray as the shot goes in for Lazar Stefanovic, UCLA, and number 4 Marquette, the capper here for day one festivities. And UCLA with the takeaway. Please. The speed of Sebastian Mack, no. Adem Bona, the lone returning starter for the Bruins, able to get his hands on the rebound, and he will earn a trip to the free throw line.
It was nice to see Kansas play in the earlier evening game when on the fast break players were spaced out to give each other room, and players who had the ball were looking to give the ball to somebody who was wide open. But Adem Bona, in his second year, his ranking in the Conference of Champions, second in field goal percentage, 8th in offensive rebounds. But his potential is unlimited. And my comparison of him to Sidney Wicks, who was the greatest college forward that I ever saw, ever, to this day. I didn't see Elgin, I didn't see Bob Pettit, I didn't see Bill Bradley, but Sidney Wicks, a 3-time champion, most outstanding player 2 years in a row after teaming with Kareem in his first championship. But this guy, Adem Bona, has got great footwork, he's got great body, skill, work ethic.
Pretty good free throw shooter, too. He has only missed 5 free throws so far this season. He was 1 of 2 on that trip, 3 of 4 already in this game.
He's remarkably light on his feet, too.
And there's going to be a whistle on the floor. On the other side for Marquette, you got number 11, Tyler Kolek, a preseason All-American. The guy who was the Big East Conference Player of the Year a season ago, was the Big East Tournament Most Outstanding Player as well, after averaging almost 19 points and 5 assists in that event. Marquette surprised a lot of people. Preseason pick to finish 9th in the Big East last year. No surprise this year as they are ranked 4th. And a lot of people really like what Shaka Smart's crew is bringing to the field here in this upcoming season.
And Shaka Smart is up the sideline barking at his players, pass the ball. You come down the lane like that against UCLA and there's 2 big shot blockers there, both Burke and Adem Bona. Somebody's got to be wide open.
Burke Buyukangel, number 9 for UCLA.
Burke is fine, I asked him.
And making his debut. Here's the drive by Mack. You saw how high off the ground Bona got, but now Marquette looking to push.
Angel compared Burke to Jaime Jaquez, who's now starring for the Miami Heat. Beautiful attack of the basket.
Tyler Kolek averaging just under 15 a game, but coming off of a 24-point performance in 37 minutes in a win at Illinois. So you could say Marquette maybe a little more battle-tested by virtue of the list of opponents with that Illinois game compared to UCLA.
Well, the Bruins played at home every game against the Sisters of the Poor.
They played St. Francis, Lafayette, and Long Island. As Mack stays with it. That ball caromed a couple of times. But Sebastian Mack, the tremendous explosiveness.
This starting backcourt for Mick Cronin, Dylan Andrews, and Sebastian Mack. A lot of pressure on them. But as good as the big guys are, they're not going to get it done by themselves. And these guys, Dylan Andrews and Sebastian Mack, they've got to score, they've got to handle the ball, they've got to play great defense, and they've got to please Mick Cronin. And none of those things are easily done.
Joplin already with 5 points here for the Golden Eagles. Coming in 3-0 on the year, same record as UCLA.
Burke reminds me more of in Bruin history, more offensive foul.
Foul going against Adem Bona.
His father.
Well, you'll appreciate this, Bill, because the goaltend that was called earlier in the game,
right,
it's been reversed. So I think they heard your reaction, they reviewed it during the timeout, and they took 2 points off the Marquette side of the board. Whoa. 3-ball attempt there by Stevie Mitchell was off the mark. Under 14 and a half minutes to go here in the first.
I'm always amazed at the little tiny referees who call these violations against the winners of the genetic lottery.
Keith Kimball, Michael Greenstein,
Beautiful.
and Nathan Farrell, the officials you're referring to.
Dylan Andrews grew up in the Los Angeles area. An absolutely gifted player. Gardiner, beautiful stroke.
That three ball goes for Joplin.
Joplin, who was the sixth man last year.
Yeah, the Big East sixth man of the year, in fact. Averaged 9 points. He's already got 8 in this one.
This is an offensive team, Marquette. Questions for them. Can they play the defense? Can they rebound? It's not a particularly big team. Oso fine. He's got a big responsibility on those shoulders.
Three ball not there. You see Adai Mata, 7'3" freshman from Spain, wearing number 15 out there for UCLA.
And the Bruin team went to Spain in the offseason. And Adai, he just waited for him and met him there. Why fly all the way to Los Angeles to turn around and come right back?
Joplin, little heat check. Went in and out.
Lazar Stefanovic is a tremendous addition, a transfer from Utah. Shockingly that Craig Smith was not able to keep him up there in Salt Lake City. But just another one of the Pac-12 stars. A Conference of Champions which is just loaded this year. Beautiful play again, Sebastian Mack, whose dad was a big-time player.
Sebastian grew up on the south side of Chicago, just a freshman. Tyler Kolek weaving through traffic cones on the way to the hoop.
Creativity, imagination, physical fitness, mental toughness. Tyler Kolek has it all. I hope one day to be a fraction of the player that Tyler Kolek already is.
I thought you were talking about yourself right there as Berke misses from inside the arc.
I was just lucky. I had great coaches and phenomenal teammates. Sadly, we just lost one of them this week. Neville and the soccer team. A great attack by this Marquette Warriors team.
Marquette wanted a basket interference call. Nothing doing. Meanwhile, Stefanovic traveling, shuffled the feet. So UCLA by a point when we come back.
Tree, it represents the incredible ability and the fight to survive. Because when you're up against it and you're on your way out, you'll do anything. And that banyan tree, which carries a lot of water in it anyway, part of the ficus family, and to see that first little sprout when Jesse was there. And now, not the entire tree, but I would say 60% of the tree, the part closest to the ocean, is already showing remarkable new growth. And we're all so happy about that. A tree that was brought by the Indian missionaries 150 years ago.
Yeah, just celebrated its 150th birthday earlier this year as a whistle underneath the basket draws a reaction from the crowd.
And the banyan tree, hard to see how that's not a foul.
Yeah, they called the whistle for out of bounds, but no whistle for the contact.
Yeah, it's early. I love the refs.
7 seconds here on the shot clock. How long does that love last usually through the college basketball season?
Depends on if the fans crash my website on that. ILoveTheRefs.org, which is a charity.
3 seconds to shoot. Mack gonna let it fly, and he gets fouled in the act. Chase Ross is gonna pick this one up.
So Sebastian Mack, he goes by Baz, like in the Sebastian. Not by John Sebastian, but Sebastian Mack. His dad, Sam, was a terrific player at the collegiate level, the professional level, internationally, as well as the NBA. And, Sam's still able to come and see his son play all the time. Saw him opening night at Pauley Pavilion when Bruins easily took care of St. Francis, which put up a good fight, but they had no answer for Adem Bona or Baz Mack.
Yeah, Bona went for 28 points in that game. Sebastian Mack averaging just under 13 here per contest early in this season, which is second best on the squad behind Bona's 18. And with that free throw, now has 7 in this game.
But the Bruins have the difficult challenge of replacing so many legendary stars who over the last few years have all left because their eligibility finally ran out.
Sean Jones. Shaka Smart calls him the quickest player in college basketball. He sets up the three-point try. Off the mark there by Chase Ross, but it'll stay at this end.
Who does Shaka call the quickest player?
Sean Jones.
Huh.
Says that he's learning now how to, at least at times, downshift when it's necessary.
Yeah. I like Cam Jones.
He's pretty darn quick, too, that's for sure. I mean, the lob there. Iguodaro.
Sean Jones, quickness down the lane. Just 5'10". But then again, everybody under 6'10" looks exactly the same to me. Cam Jones, such a creative and athletically gifted player.
Mack on the drive, leans in. No, Mata had a couple of hands on the offensive board, couldn't hang on.
Sam Jones again, first to the ball.
Iguodaro hands it off to Cam Jones.
That's Marquette basketball there. The quick hitting offense, the way Kansas plays all the time. The Bruins' biggest challenge will be to get the Golden Eagles to hold on to that ball. Now Will McClendon from Las Vegas.
Reach-in foul goes against Sean Jones. Let's take a look at our good hands play brought to you by Allstate. And we're looking at the delivery to Iguodaro here from Sean Jones.
A poor closeout by Adai Mara that time, and that just puts too much pressure on all the Bruins, particularly in the back line. A new player for the Bruins, Ilan Fible from Massy, France, just on the southern suburban perimeter of Paris. Will McClendon, who grew up in Las Vegas, was a big-time star, came to UCLA thinking it was all going to be perfect, and then he tore his knee out.
McClendon splashes down from three.
And Will McClendon's shot has not been there this year. Beautiful crossover, change of pace. And also Iguodaro, oh so good. I mean, his ability, this is a big dude.
6'11", 235-pound junior from Chandler, Arizona. Who
has just really grown into a phenomenal player. Because when he got there at Marquette, that was not the case. But player development always a signature element of Shaka Smart.
Had 13 points, 8 rebounds in the win at Illinois. They call him the old man of the team, the only fourth-year scholarship player on the roster. And here's a look holding the 1977 championship trophy.
Yeah, when he first got there, they had the 77 trophy in his hands, and he looks a little different these days.
Yeah, he feels
the smile's the same, the profile is the same, but the shoulders, the lats, the abs, the hips, the thighs, the strength and conditioning coach Todd Smith in his 17th year with the Golden Eagles, who used to be called the
Adem with the poster.
But the way that Marquette keeps coming right back.
Largest lead here for the Bruins.
The Bruins are a very good team here. And
there's going to be a blocking foul called against McClendon, but Adem Bona catching a body bill.
The quick hitting attack, beautiful by Berke, former teammates on the junior national team in Turkey. Adem, he started in Istanbul, then went to Izmir, and Berke is from Bursa, the fourth largest city in Turkey, center of the automobile industry in that most important country. Great passing. Great passing by
shoveling
Cam
underneath
Jones.
to Iguodaro.
I love the fact that Cam Jones is a boxer. He just loves to fight. But it also helps with his creativity, his competitive fire, his footwork, and his physical fitness level.
7 seconds on the shot clock here as Kolek checks back in, along with David Joplin. And that one deflected off of Bona and out of bounds. Adem Bona brings an energy whether it's in the practice gym or under the game lights.
And that's what was so shocking about the other night in one of the games. It was either Lafayette or another one of the Sisters of the Poor that they beat up on early. He had like 6 points and 2 rebounds. And, you know, when you're trying to be great up against the shot clock here,
Joplin unable to hit, rebound off the mat.
Bruins very solid defensively here tonight, and the ability to control the defensive boards, not giving the Golden Eagles much of a chance. Golden Eagles, who used to be called the Hilltoppers, then the Warriors, now changing it to the Golden Eagles.
And they were one of the most efficient offenses all season last year. They're at 35%, 6 of 17 from the field here so far in this one.
But they know how to play against good teams. Shot clock again here.
Berke to beat the buzzer.
Cam Jones everywhere. Tyler Kolek has got to put his imprint on this game.
Here he is on cue. Couldn't hit though the runner. And Berke.
The toughness, played against men for years. He's just 18 or 19 years old. But for years he was on the senior league in Turkey against guys who wanted the ball. Men who were saying, hey, youngster, that ball comes my way. And all of that comes from Shaka's mom, Monica King, who had 2 rules for Shaka growing up. Don't bring home any bad grades, and treat people with kindness, respect, and exhibit the values of a fine human being. And he has continued to do that throughout his life, wherever he stopped. VCU, Texas, and now Marquette. But the Bruin defense has been superb here.
Yeah, the Bruins, after that bucket at the other end by Stefanovic, building their largest lead of this opening frame. Marquette sitting on 15 with under 7.5 minutes to go.
And this is the top offense from last year in the country, and why they won the Big East, the championship Big East with UConn, why they won the regular season Big East, why they won the tourney in the Big East.
Right corner 3, that one off the heel by McClendon. And now Kolek into the front court.
Tyler has not been able to get going here, and that's where his teammates need to help him.
Oh, Berke swats it out of bounds. Marquette has gone 4 minutes and counting without a field goal.
Angel was talking about Jaime Jaquez and the similarities. Angel's not old enough to remember Dave Myers, who was on his way to the Hall of Fame before his back gave out on him once he got to the NBA. Dave Myers was the 2nd overall pick in the NBA, an NCAA champion, player of the year, 2-time NCAA champion Dave Myers.
There's Iguodaro.
Whoa.
Off glass.
You got to call back on that.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt there.
Is Oso related to Andre? Andre Iguodala?
I think it's a different spelling.
It's close enough.
Here's Berke open for 3.
It's the best I've ever seen Berke play.
This, of course, being the collegiate debut for Berke Buitengel.
Same thing happened a year ago with Adem Bona. They wouldn't let him play at the beginning either. Ridiculous.
Straight on, rattling that one in is Trey Norman. 6'4" freshman from Boston, Mass.
NCAA is supposed to be about empowering young people to create their dreams. And we're punishing them instead.
Golden Eagles fans now on their feet as the volume knob being turned up here in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Get what you want, Adem.
And it's going to be a defensive foul against Marquette. The Bad Boy Mowers battle for Atlantis begins Wednesday at noon Eastern on ESPN. You see some of the teams here in the field, including 14th ranked North Carolina. You got Memphis, Michigan, 20th ranked Arkansas against Stanford in the capper on day 1. Again, things getting started on Wednesday.
So they start on Wednesday. That's the day that we end.
That's right.
So
it's overlap there. We hand it off like a baton.
It's a seamless transition.
By the way, that last foul against Oso Iguodaro, that's his 2nd.
Although, why would we want to leave Hawaii? I don't
But
get
we
that.
don't have to leave. We're just handing it off to those guys.
Oh,
the three there by Lazar Stefanovic.
Big-time player from Serbia. Legends from Serbia. Starting with Nikola Jokic, Vlade Divac.
Stefanovic has 7 points here in this first half. Here's Joplin.
Joplin hasn't met a shot that he hasn't fallen in love with yet.
He's made a few here in this game. Meanwhile, bodies hitting the floor. Underneath the Marquette basket, Ben Gold, the 6'11 sophomore from Wellington, New Zealand, and Berke going to have to get some of that perspiration wiped up of this brand spanking new floor that was laid down early Sunday morning specifically for this All-State Maui Invitation.
John Prater and his incredible company, Prater Flooring, getting it done here. The flowered prints, all the decals supporting the sponsors.
Joplin off glass. He's got 10. He leads everybody on the floor.
Well, he has come to mix it up here. And this undersized Marquette team, the Challenge Bruins, one of the tallest teams in college basketball.
Joplin, Julius Erving, preseason watch list. Given to the top small forward in college hoops. And they're on the scene defensively as well, knocking it out of bounds.
So where did Dr. J go to college? You're too young.
UMass.
UMass.
Yeah.
UMass Amherst, please. And I think he started there. He was 6'2" when he got there. And after growing up on Long Island in Hempstead, his book, which is shockingly called Dr. J, is absolutely fantastic. And the movie, which the NBA produced, also shockingly called Dr. J. Dr. J was the single most exciting, vibrant, and dynamic player I ever played against. And he was just truly exceptional and game-changing. The way that Steph Curry is game-changing today.
Long rebound. Out to Mack, being chased from behind, got it ripped away by Chase Ross. The literal Chase, able to get the steal.
Isn't Chase Ross the guy that Shaka calls the dude?
Yes, he is a dude, according to Shaka Smart. A guy who won't back down to anybody and didn't back down from that defensive play. Well,
Marquette can't back down. They're just a small team. But I love it when the little guys come and take on the big boys, and that's what's happening here in this game right now. But the Bruins have denied Tyler Kohler. And the responsibility that Tyler's teammates have to help him get going. Great ball fake.
But the shot clock expires before Mack could get the shot off. So UCLA.
Other guys who have both done their damage, but it's been the UCLA defense, which has held every opponent they've played against this season, granted sisters of the pool, but they've held them to under 35%. Tonight, Marquette is at 34.5%. Cam Jones.
Yeah, Marquette was 3 of 14 from downtown. They were at 21%, a team that normally shoots up at about 38%, at least so far this season, but Jones splashes that, and it's a three-point contest.
Well, Marquette, they won at Illinois.
And a tough shot there by Mack, but the contact draws the whistle.
In front of a raucous crowd. And Marquette, they play in front of great crowds. They play in an NBA arena, Fiserv in Milwaukee, where the Bucks fill it up every night, and great attendance for the Golden Eagles in Fiserv.
Yeah. In fact, in their opener against NIU, they drew over 16,300 fans for their opener.
Yeah. And this is not the biggest school in the world, Marquette.
They have been drawing in the top 25 in attendance over now about 2 decades.
But UCLA, which is the most applied to school in the entire country, also #1 on Instagram as well, which for a certain generation is the most important thing.
Here is a 3-ball. Ben Gold was golden on that try. It's a 2-point game. What are your numbers on Instagram, Bill?
You have to ask Lauren. The greatest everything ever. She's not a thing. She's my wife, but I can't think of a better word than greatest everything ever. Great ball movement, Lazarus.
Bona behind the D.
Beautiful spacing. And the pace of this game. Wow. Oh, my goodness.
You got a whistle there as Marquette was bringing it into the front court. You were saying about the pace of the game. Your thoughts?
I love the pace of this game. You know, Kansas plays this pace all the time. Chaminade can't keep up. And the loser of this game will play Chaminade tomorrow morning. Kansas moves on and plays the night game. And this is going to be a fantastic tournament throughout. And we get Chaminade. Here we go. I am Chaminade.
Feble with the rebound for UCLA. Got it poked away from behind. Got to keep your head on a swivel with this Golden Eagles squad.
But this is the best I've ever seen Feble play as well. Elon Feble. The college Elon in North Carolina is not named in his honor. Our great producer, Scott Gustafson, went to Elon University in North Carolina.
Yeah, he was quick to correct the pronunciation. Elon versus Elon. Adem Bona picking up his second foul.
It's close enough.
Hey, you're the one that has to deal with Gus, all right?
I love Gus. That guy, he says yes. We'll call him Dr. Yes. And he answers his phone. And he's not afraid.
Who doesn't answer your call, Bill?
How long do you have?
All right, we got under 2 minutes to go here in half number one. UCLA by 4. And here's Berke to the hoop. Got it wiped away by Gold.
Ben Gold, tremendous defensive effort in that transition basketball. Great closeout defensively by the Bruins. That's Mick Cronin basketball there. Hey, Berke, very impressive on both ends of the court.
Here's Cam Jones, averaging 19 a game, goes right up and under.
Good Cronin. Not satisfied with the defensive rotation and still able to make a beautiful wrong-footed left-handed shot. He is left-handed. But the crossover, change of pace, change of direction.
In fact, you've got 4 left-handed shooters on this Marquette team.
All in the backcourt as well. We haven't seen Amadou tonight, have we?
No, we have not yet.
But Ben Gold sure has done a nice job off the bench.
Here's Mata into the game for UCLA. Oh, dangerous pass up top.
Crowd wanted traveling violation.
5 seconds to shoot. Mata, the turnaround, does have a nice shooting touch, but it'll be a fresh 20 now for UCLA on the offensive board.
McClendon has been in the right place at the right time, and that's exactly what this Bruin team needs.
Skip pass.
Oh, that's a traveling violation. I mean, you can't walk into that one. Over the top by Berke.
Foul against Berke Butengel, and that is his second. And so a 1-and-1 situation here for Marquette, as that is the 8th team foul for the Bruins.
This Marquette program has such a loyal following. My greatest teammate ever played at Marquette, Maurice Lucas. Al McGuire was a phenomenal friend, leader, inspiration to all of us. Bob Flavin, a businessman now in Houston, went to Marquette in the early 70s, same time that Big Luke and I were all in college. Jim Foley, who was the SID in the early 70s before going to Houston for the NBA. Absolutely incredible synchro destiny here with Marquette. Beautiful ball movement.
12 seconds here in the half. Berke backing down. McClendon launches a 3 and hits it. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Cam Jones gets one off. And UCLA will take a 5-point lead into the break.
Will McClendon's shot has not been there this year. And he can go in there, just put somebody else's jersey on and say he's a deep reserve who Shaka Smart just found.
I will be honest, I think he was tempted to put on the jersey, but I do think that we'll be able to interview him tomorrow. So, Bill, if you want, we can ask him that as well.
Well, It's easier to get forgiveness than permission.
That's right. David Joplin starting the second half the way he started the first half. 13 points. He's 3 of 7 from out there.
So the Bruins have shot the ball well from three-point land tonight. 42% on 3 for 7. They came in as the 347th team in all of college basketball from behind the line. But they're undefeated. The only team who had lost a game before this tournament started was Chaminade, who's lost 2 coming in, now 3.
Good shot in the lane there by Sebastian Mack.
Sebastian Mack has played superb. Plus, he gets to the free throw line in 3.5 games.
Iguodala blocked by Bona.
Surprised he didn't call that one goaltending, too.
Here's Marquette for 3. UCLA, that's just the 8th three-point try for them here in this game. They're 3 of 8. And at the other end, that 3 goes long off the palm of Stevie Mitchell.
Did you have the privilege of watching Kansas beat Kentucky?
I did.
When Kentucky had the lead and they just continued to cast off from 3 and couldn't make a 1.
Yeah, led by 14 in that game.
Well, it helps to make your shot. I mean, that's the whole deal.
That's a good theory there. Yeah, Sebastian Mack decided to just finish up close.
In 3.5 games this season for Sebastian Mack, just a freshman, he's been to the free throw line 25 times. I mean, that's Giannis. That's even great players in NBA history.
Joplin out of control, now down on his wallet, and we're going to have a tie-up. And the possession arrow is going to send it the other way.
When you run into a Dembona, you're going to get hurt. I mean, he's just standing there. He's got a body that looks like Michelangelo just sculpted him from the most perfect piece of marble you've ever seen.
Yeah, well, that one will shake you up. You ever run into somebody like that in your playing days?
Well, yeah.
That shook it up that way?
Well, Artis Gilmore, Daryl Dawkins, I mean, these are big dudes. Although nobody was bigger or stronger than I ever played against than Artis Gilmore.
Bona got stripped down low by Iguodala.
Great defensive rotation that time. Question marks for Marquette all season long will be, can they play the defense? Can they rebound? They will be able to play the offense, although they haven't done it yet tonight. This is a team that relies on three-pointers and layups. Great defense by Bona.
7 seconds to shoot.
Great defense by the entire Bruin team.
Now under 5 to shoot. The step back by Mitchell off the front of the iron. And it's going to be UCLA basketball. Marquette shooting 37% from the floor. They're 6 of 21 from the land of 3.
This is the best I've ever seen Sebastian Mack play. I mean, he had a big game when they played against another sister of the poor in a game that they called an exhibition. I don't know, is it an exhibition when they keep score and charge money to get in?
They can still keep scores in exhibition games.
Why?
Personal choice.
I like it when it matters who wins.
Here's Mack. Kicking it over to Andrews, the riser.
Beautiful.
Got it.
If this Bruin guard combo, really a trio of Andrews, Mack, and Will McClendon, if they continue to play like this, they will be a great factor in this year's college basketball championship.
I'm going to stay here out of bounds.
And the thing about Mick Cronin, his teams win the games. And the ability to put the ball on the floor, one dribble after a pump fake, get in the air and make a shot. I mean, that's theoretical basketball, how you play. Warriors can't even get the Golden Eagles can't even get the ball in bounds.
Here's Kolek. Oh, may have had an opportunity to go up with it. Instead, tried to pass to Mitchell, but right there in the lane was Dylan Andrews.
The great anticipation of the Bruins. And the way they rotate.
Marquette on a scoring drought of over 3.5 minutes.
But the commitment of this team to play the defense.
Now a foul out on the perimeter against Marquette.
And you look at the guys who have left over the last couple of years for UCLA. Most of them to graduation or to the NBA. Jaime Jaquez, Jules Bernard, David Singleton, Cody Riley, Jalen Clark, Johnny Juzang. These were legends in Bruin history. Now none of them are there anymore, and it's a whole new team.
Beautiful. Look at that. Adem Bona with authority. 8-0 UCLA run.
And the only thing that matters is the score, and that your team wins the game. And that's the way Kansas plays, and that's one of the reasons why I love them so much.
UCLA by 10 here on the Golden Eagles. Chase Ross down the lane. This Bruins defense has been harassing. Kolek for 3. He can't hit. Just 4 points, 6 assists for Kolek, but he also has 3 turnovers.
It's one of the most distasteful things in my life is when a guy plays on a losing team, but then sits there and says, hey, I got mine.
Still pretty cool that Kevin McCullough got what is officially the 3rd and 4th all-time triple-doubles.
Yeah, but he doesn't play for those statistics. He plays to win. Of course, and he does win.
Of course, they didn't really keep track officially of triple-doubles back in Wilt's time. I'd imagine he probably racked up a few.
Wilt woke up with a triple-double.
And we're going to have a whistle against UCLA there. The lead for the Bruins is...
Break the shackles that have held me down my entire life.
Dylan Andrews on the side getting worked on his legs right now. Looks like it's preventative for cramping as a huge dunk on the other side for Marquette out of that timeout. But for UCLA, Dylan Andrews has been a huge spark for them. So we'll see if he'll be able to return. But he was putting his hands in the ice water as well. Looked like it was preventative for cramping, guys.
Offensive foul.
Yeah, thanks for that update. Thanks for that update, Angel. The trainer's looking at Dylan Andrews there along the bench. But here's Oso Ighodaro just moments ago.
On the set play from out of bounds, Mick Cronin be pulling his hair out on this, giving up the baseline to a right-handed driver. Nice how the student managers for UCLA blocked the television shot of Dylan Andrews getting his medical treatment by outstanding trainer Tyler Lesh for UCLA, strength and conditioning coach.
Joplin lines it up.
Nate Thurman.
And hits again. His 4th made triple. Joplin has 16.
Offense wins, and Marquette's offense has not been good enough tonight. The Bruin defense has been superior. Can the Bruins sustain? Dwayne Wade, the only Hall of Fame player from Marquette. They've had some coaches in there, Tech winner Eddie Hickey and Al McGuire.
Bona strong with it. The offensive board, though, by Stefanovic, and it's going to actually result in a foul against Marquette.
Bruins have been quicker to the ball. And when you're undersized like Marquette is, you have to be quicker. And if you're going to give up size and strength, you better not give up quickness and skill as well. And just Lazar is just always in the right place at the right time. He will be quick. Over the top, throw it down.
Berke misses the bunny.
Should have thrown it down with the first time. He's left-handed. It was right to that left hand.
And then Ross gets fouled at the other end, and that gets a rise out of the Golden Eagle faithful. And here's another look at Dylan Andrews.
How many places can they put ice on you? That's a big ice pack.
He is experiencing some discomfort on several levels, it appears.
Have you ever done that? Stood there with the vibrator and then with the ice pack on your
I have definitely
shoulders.
not had the largest ice pack that I've ever seen
in the history of the world
put on my back before, as the free throw was hit by Chase Ross. UCLA led by as many as 12, and Marquette has been able to cut that in half.
That's like the ice bag that they bring to the beach to cool the drinks down for the weekend.
Yeah, you have the cooler full of ice and the beverages, and then you have the spare cooler with the bag of ice just for extra.
Failing to prepare, preparing to fail. Marquette right there.
Well, Marquette's offense has been a bit icy at times in this game, but a 7-0 run has them within 5.
But the offense is Tyler Kolek, who's not in the game right now, and Cam Jones, who has not had much impact tonight, with the exception of that one crossover move.
And cut it to a single possession here. Sean Jones along the baseline. How about that move?
Marcus Haynes, Harlem Globetrotters. Where's the ball? What game are we playing? This crowd for Marquette is going wild.
Timeout Bruins. Take on the Celtics at 7:30 Eastern, and then the Suns host the Warriors. Coverage begins with NBA Countdown at 7 Eastern on ESPN and the app. Marquette, through the first 5 minutes of this second half, just 3 points, but over the next minute 50, they scored 9.
How great of a player is Kevin Durant? I mean, just ageless, timeless, beautiful post-entry basket.
And with 2 seconds on the shot clock, a foul is going to be called against Joplin, it appears. It'll be on the floor, so wave that dunk off by Bona. Take a look at the physical action underneath, Bill.
Yeah, and Shaka Smart is saying, oh boy. That's an offensive foul.
And they're going to take an extra look at this. What was called Joplin's third foul of the game.
What do you do, foul him with his jaw?
They're going to take a look at that contact, and you see the Marquette coaching staff trying to urge the officials to correctly see what they saw.
They're going to change this call. Should have been a 3-second violation on Adem Bona, who is working his way to an outstanding performance tonight and career, getting the consistency needed to be truly great. This is a fierce dude, man.
Keith Kimball, Michael Greenstein, Nathan Farrell, the officiating trio here for this nightcap of day one here at the All-State Maui Invitational here in Honolulu, Hawaii. Different vibe for sure. Obviously, it's not quite the same when we're not at Lahaina Civic Center, but due to the circumstances and out of respect for the families and victims of the fires, they moved the tournament here to Honolulu, and it's just great. I know you agree with the idea and the sentiment. It's just great that we're playing this wonderful event.
You have to keep going, and you can't sit there and just lament the past. The past is beyond our control, and keep playing, keep the show going, and learn from the past and make the best out of the worst. And that's what Kemper Sports Live has done. That's what ESPN stands for all these universities. I mean, these coaches are charged with the maturation of these fine young men, and this is going to be more than just an offensive foul.
And we're awaiting official word here.
Mike on the call over there explaining to the scorekeepers. Excellent referee, Mike.
And we're going to get an
big
update.
Games.
Okay, so
Nick Cronin is not believing this explanation.
So they called a common foul
on Marquette.
On Marquette.
Before the elbow to the jaw.
And then called an excessive contact foul after the fact, which will give Marquette free throws here. And Adem Bona, by virtue of that added call, now has 4 personal fouls with 12:31 left to play in this game.
So Bona gets a personal foul with that technical.
And Nick Cronin,
beside himself.
I think we can tell how he feels under these circumstances. Cam Jones at the line hitting the free throw. That makes it a 10-0 Marquette run.
Momentum, rhythm, pace, impact, control, all in favor of Marquette. And the poise that Cam Jones exhibits, just stepping right up there. And they've done this all without any significant contribution of Tyler Kolek all night long.
So again, Joplin picking up the defensive foul, the common foul, but the dead ball technical foul assessed to Bona.
Are we sure that Bona has 4 fouls? And
okay, so that's the update is Bona has 3 fouls with the technical.
I thought in college basketball that technical was a counted foul. Or did they change that rule too?
Here's Iguodaro.
And not tell anybody. I'm shocked. Beautiful ball fake.
Oh, Iguodaro! And Marquette has reclaimed the lead.
That is a man's play.
First lead for the Golden Eagles since it was 3-2.
And this crowd for Marquette, wild foray. And now Sebastian Mack is rubbing his eyes, maybe in disbelief. Iguodaro has taken over the basket.
Always hungry to win. Tyler Kolek said, we may not be McDonald's All-Americans, but we'll take the Burger King All-Americans, and they're fine with continuing to show why they should be respected regardless.
Well, they're an excellent team, and as I've been preparing for them, I've just been excited as can be, and they've finally shown it here. Another foul on Bona, and we're told.
And now that will be Bona's 4th foul, if it is indeed on him. So it was a counting issue. Bona had 2 personal fouls prior to the dead ball technical foul, which gave him 3. And this call right here now gives him officially 4 fouls.
We're all in trouble if we can't count to 4.
Okay, wait, hold on. We're going to have to recount again because they actually changed that call to Dylan Andrews. So Bona still has 3 fouls.
Keep us straight there, free one. Please teach me how to be free.
So the reach-in on Andrews before the contact with the damn Bona. Either way you slice it, it's a 15-0 run for Marquette. This thing has snowballed considerably.
And now they're the ones who are the pressing team. And Sean Jones showing that remarkable quickness.
And it's going to be a traveling violation against Marquette. The wheels coming off here for the Bruins, Bill.
So where do the Bruins go here? They're coming now with Milan Fible and Massey French, just a freshman and only 18 years old. And quite possibly the youngest player in the Pac-12 Conference of Champions this year. Beautiful change of pace, change of direction.
Jones got the friendly roll, and the onslaught continues. 17 straight Marquette points to completely flip the script.
Dick Cronin trying to get a timeout. Lazar having to run up to the referees.
So this 17-0 Marquette run has consisted of 2 dunks, 2 layups, 6 free throws, and a triple.
What's the longest run in the history of the Maui Invitational?
Let's go to Angel on that. Here is the 3 from straight on.
Oh, my God.
Fible hits. And so I guess it won't be threatened, whatever the record is.
What if it was only 16?
Oh, nice kiss off the glass there by Case Ross.
The dude, one of those 4 left-handed backcourt players.
The Honey off the glass.
Coney Honey
around here.
What's Coney Honey?
It's a smooch.
Is that a drink or a?
I'm sure it is somewhere, but it's a kiss. As the step back is good for Dylan Andrews.
So the offense has come back somewhat.
Ross right back at the other end. How quick was that?
Well, refresh my faded memory. How many fouls does Bona have?
He officially has 3.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Ivan. Thank you to Noah, the free one.
And we're going to have a foul against Marquette. Cam Jones thought he had jarred it loose cleanly.
Beautiful play by Chase Ross, who's just down the lane time and time again. A team full of sophomores. A team that loves their coach and is willing to fight for him, their school, their league, their own self. Right, offensive foul on Feeble.
So Cam Jones had just picked up his third foul, and Feeble picks up his first. 5 second-half turnovers for UCLA.
Despite the foul, this is still the best I've ever seen Feeble play. And we still haven't seen Brandon Williams, who's an excellent player. We haven't seen Jan Vide, also a superb player. A lot of depth on this Bruin team.
Jones rips the cord, gets a hand slap from Dwayne Wade on the sideline.
The Golden Eagles are soaring right now. Back from the brink of, oh my gosh.
Launches, gets airborne, the bruise and the bucket, and he catches a body.
He jumped over the defender. Oh my goodness gracious. Is that Cam Jones? Yes. Yeah. Probably an ill-advised choice.
He tried to...
Don't take a charge.
Tried to stand in there, but yeah, he became veritable roadkill there along the way for a Dembona.
I haven't seen that play where he jumped over the defender since Lionel Hollins jumped over John Havlicek almost 50 years ago and threw it down.
Totally back on the floor for Marquette.
Lionel never looked back. Whoa.
Joplin off the mark. And this has turned into a fun one here, Bill.
They're always fun.
Mack gets fouled on the way.
The way that Bona is playing right now, Shaka Smart is going to have to tell some of those players, hey, look, no matter what happens, just stay on Dembona because he is going after that ball. And if you give him a run at it, there's going to be no stopping him. So Marquette is allowing Bruin penetration by terrific guard play. Sebastian Mack, Dylan Andrews back from the dead himself. Will McClendon, who was superb in the first half and not really seen much action here. But Mick Cronin, fierce, tenacious, intense. Now you got contrasting coaching styles here.
Also, Iguodaro picking up his third foul on that last sequence for Marquette. This is feeling like a late season, dare I say, even March-like battle.
Good.
In Honolulu.
We need more of this. Beautiful back cut.
Goes out of bounds, though. It'll be Marquette basketball.
Tyler knew it was off him. He was heading the... I'm concerned for Marquette. They couldn't even get the ball in bounds in front of their own bench.
Top scorer for Marquette, Cam Jones, with 4 fouls. He is currently on the bench. Tyler Kolek, still just 4 points for him, and now a foul as Iguodaro was strong on the tape.
Mick Cronin's got his head just buried in his hands. Cannot believe the way some of these have played out here, but the way that So Fine has been able to drive to the hoop time and time again, going both directions. He was not this kind of player when he got there out of Chandler, Arizona. Shocking that Bobby Hurley and at that time Sean Miller at Arizona State and Arizona are willing to let this fine young talent get out of state.
Oh, unable to hit the free throw.
And now it's defense for Marquette. Love the way that Sean Jones has been in people's faces all night long.
We're going to get Kolek here on the defensive foul. That'll be his first personal.
How can the Bruins regain the confusion here? They're going to finally call this one-on-one.
There have been some counting issues here on the
Okay.
First day of the Allstate Maui Invitational. That should be the 7th team foul for Marquette. So we should have a 1-and-1 situation for UCLA.
So it goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and onward.
The 3-4 range, that's where we start getting into trouble.
I mean, these are two of the nation's finest academic institutions. And we're having trouble. Oh, my goodness.
All of this technology that we have at our disposal as well. But, you know, sometimes it happens. And all's well that ends well, because the team foul total has been updated, and it will result in a Stefanovic trip to the line.
Are you old enough to know what an abacus is? Did you see the movie Abacus?
I did not see the movie.
Beautiful stroke. Lazar Stefanovic.
6'7" junior from Belgrade, Serbia.
So many great players from the conglomeration of countries that make up the former Yugoslavia.
Stefanovic now with 11 points. The former Utah Ute for a couple of years before matriculating over to Los Angeles. Marquette by a point.
No transfers on Marquette's squad.
Yeah, Shaka Smart. Whoa, not really in the philosophy of hitting up the transfer portal, as you mentioned, the relationships that he tries to build by growing his program with young players. But an offensive foul from one of the underclassmen on the team, Sean Jones, pummeling right into Sebastian Mack.
Easy play to call. And that's, you talk about relationships in the transfer portal, that's why I call it the Tinder portal.
.7:43 left to play here in what has turned into a very entertaining ball game.
Just the way we love it. Coming down the stretch. The future of the known world in the balance and still up in the air. Great pressure defense extended by the Golden Eagles.
Bona over Iguodaro, too strong with it, and Oso clears the rebound.
Oh, so strong. Oh, so cool. Oh, so supreme. Oh, so Iguodaro.
Shaka Smart calls him one of the favorite guys he's ever coached, as Kolek draws the contact from Berke, and that's going to be number 4 on Berke Buyuktunje.
So Berke's got 4 and Bona's got 3? Okay.
We're pretty sure about that.
Keep it straight, free one. This guy, Tyler Kolek, is so fun to watch play.
Knocks in the first. Coming up Saturday night, number 4 Florida State will be in Gainesville to go against the Florida Gators. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern, 6 Central on ESPN and the app. You know, Angel will be watching that one closely, rooting for her Seminoles.
Didn't our Angel go to Florida State?
Yes, she did.
Didn't she play at Florida State?
Yes, she did. The lead is 3 here for Marquette. Under 7 minutes to play.
I had to stop playing against the women in basketball on the day I knocked Larry Bird's wife, Dinah, out unconscious, going for a loose ball.
We'll put that story on the back burner, but it's very compelling here. 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Great defense, Marquette.
Whoa. There's a bad miss there by Andrews. Did not draw iron. Shot clock violation. 6th second half turnover for the Bruins.
And Nick Cronin is saying, throw the ball. Don't hold it until the last 3 or 4 second countdown of the shot clock.
And again, Marquette, despite some of the offensive shooting struggles, they've done a good job of not turning the ball over. That is part of their signature. Just 6 turnovers compared to 13 here in this game for UCLA. And also the second half shooting woes. Well, there weren't much in the way of second half shooting woes so far for Marquette. 60% from the field.
Great ball fake.
Ross.
Now, Bona's got to learn how to make that defensive play without fouling.
Well, this one will go against Adembona. So, Bill, he has 4
now
fouls.
He has 4. Okay, it's becoming ever clearer. Whoa, and he can make that block without any body contact whatsoever.
So 6 minutes, 16 seconds. Adembona with 4 fouls, and we are going to see a substitution here for the Bruins.
Kenneth Nuba coming in, one of only 2 players back from last season, with the exception of some of the walk-ons, Evan and Pete.
Yeah, a super senior, Kenneth Nuba from Lagos, Nigeria.
He has really come a long way in his seemingly endless stay at UCLA. Speaking of seemingly endless stays, you know who's here on this trip with Marquette? Bo Ellis, who I thought back in the day had set the record for the longest stay in college basketball until they changed the rules once again, and now some of these guys are actually here for 7 years.
Yeah, the COVID year has thrown all of that stuff into a different stratosphere.
7 years in college basketball is probably a bit long.
McClendon.
Beautiful.
Well, you talked about his previous shooting numbers. He's got 3 triples, 3 for 5 in this game.
Well, last year he was 2 for 27 on the entire season. Will McClendon, who didn't get a lot of time last year, still coming back from his knee surgery and playing behind Tiger. Finally, Tyler Kolek, the mark of a champion. Played terrible the whole game and knocked down a 3 to give your team an extended lead here.
9 points, 8 assists for Tyler Kolek. Stefanovic can't hit.
And Tyler Kolek again, now playing like the giant that he is. Ooh.
Almost.
How's that not a traveling or palming violation?
Almost mishandled it. Iguodaro, the friendly bounce.
Now that is perfect basketball. You know, the jump hook, which is coming back in. We see it a lot from Zach Edey. We see it from Hunter Dickinson. Now, oh so great. Iguodaro. Great defense. That's Akeem Olajuwon by Oso.
Yeah, going vertical and remaining that way. Did not get the whistle. Now Kolek controls. Goal for 3.
Goodness. You can get that shot anytime you want.
You hit one earlier.
Yeah.
Did not hit that one.
Thank you. Those shots are all great when they go in.
Mack with the strong drive and draws the whistle. That one's going to go against David Joplin, so he now has 4 fouls. So Joplin and Cam Jones both with 4 fouls for Marquette. You have Berke and Bona with 4 fouls for UCLA.
These grinder type of games, much more suited to UCLA and Nick Crum.
UCLA doing the job from the free throw line as well so far, Bill. 13 of 15.
UCLA is an outstanding team. Even though they lost all those guys who took the Bruins to the Final Four, Bruins' second most Final Four appearances of any school in the history of NCAA basketball. But Marquette, you know, they have to, while they're a scrappy team and an enthusiastic and an aggressive team, you know, they like the quick hitting offense. They like the creativity of Tyler Kolek. But it's been Oso here who's just been superb. Great pass.
Sean Jones faked the pass and took the shot himself but couldn't hit.
Love the fake pass to set up your own offense.
Mack off the hesitation. Up, in, and one.
Great guard play by different Bruins throughout the night. Sebastian Mack, Dylan Andrews, Will McClendon. By the way, he's right-handed.
Well, Sebastian Mack is having a ball game. 21 points, 9 for 9 from the free throw line, and that last take resulted in the 5th foul against Cam Jones. So
Cam
he is
Jones
done for the game.
Wow. He is really good. But why is he fouling out? I mean, he's much more of an offensive player.
So a career-high performance for Sebastian Mack, 22 points.
Whoa.
The answer, attempt by Ross off the mark, and UCLA with a chance to take the lead here under 4 minutes.
Leadership, poise, and confidence. Mick Cronin running up and down the sidelines in spite of that knee that seriously needs to be replaced.
Well, Sean Jones got a hand on it. Body's hitting the floor. Kolek clears. Rises for three.
Not even close.
Gets his own rebound.
Who can play offense? This guy. Also Iguodala.
5 seconds to shoot. Iguodala. They blow the whistle. A blocking foul is called.
Dynamic guards Dylan Andrews and Sebastian Mack, but he has really responded.
Also Iguodala.
Yikes.
Bona back into the game for UCLA. Meanwhile, with 4 fouls, Marquette has missed its last 5 free throw attempts.
That's a tough path to victory.
Second one is good.
Line it up. Do you remember the days of 3 to make 2? Who can play defense and who can play offense here? Ooh.
Under 3 minutes to play. Golden Eagles by 1. Bona with the 4 fouls, trying to go to work. The jump hook left it short. And the rebound caroms to Kolek.
In the right place at the right time. Also Iguodala just doing everything at both ends of the court.
Sean Jones wide open for 3, couldn't hit. The tap out though by Iguodala keeps it alive for Marquette.
Player of the game, also Iguodala at this point. Best to give that to the guy from the winning team.
6 seconds to shoot. Joplin lets it fly and hits again. 5 made threes for David Joplin.
What kind of competitive response will we see from this young Bruin team? Who know how to do it, have the coaching to get it done, but who can execute on the court?
10 seconds on the shot clock.
They wasted the first 25 seconds.
Sebastian Mack, someone's got to get it up. They're going to call a foul against Marquette.
Shaka Smart cannot believe it.
And they are going to call that, I believe, a shot attempt.
It was a shot attempt. They had to. They're up against the shot clock.
Which means this will be 3 free throws coming up for Sebastian Mack.
Who was perfect from the line tonight. I mean, he's clearly behind the line. And all ball on Sean Jones. But
yeah, the call went against Chase Ross.
We'll have to see that one again.
How about this performance by Sebastian Mack there?
Fantastic. Perfect.
He has not missed from the line.
All the foundation leading to competitive greatness. On the right of your screen, number 2 hits him on the shoulder going up. That's a foul.
Back to a 1-point game.
Beautiful poise. Daz Mack, he remains perfect at the line.
He has scored the last 8 points for UCLA. Under a minute and a half. Kolek to a cutting Iguodala. He couldn't handle the pass.
Out of control. Tyler Kolek. Golden Eagles need better spacing on that penetration.
Here's Mack. Got stripped on the way up by Jones. Chase for the loose ball, and it was last touched out of bounds by Marquette. 7 seconds on the shot clock.
They're going to review this.
I'm going to make sure they got the out-of-bounds call right. Right now 57 seconds on the game clock. Let's take a look.
He was standing right there. And that's off of Marquette.
Yeah, this should be confirmed, huh?
We can only hope.
One timeout remaining for each side. Both teams in the double bonus. That's the scenario. 1 point lead here for Marquette.
Pretty soon they're going to use AI for all of these things.
And then once they start using AI for the announcers, that's it for us.
Speak for yourself.
We're taking a long look at this. Seven seconds. If it does remain UCLA basketball, what are you thinking the Bruins are going to do with this? And it will remain UCLA basketball.
They're going to spread the floor, get the ball to Sebastian Mack and let him make his play. I mean, the way he's been getting to the free throw line, the way he's been able to get by his own man. And Marquette has not been able to force Sebastian Mack to pass the ball. And Sean Jones, number 22, as quick as it comes in college basketball, and he's not even matched up on Sebastian Mack. They got Chase Ross on him with similar size.
Inbound to Bona, working against Iguodaro. What a move!
Exquisite footwork. No double down on Bona that time.
UCLA leads. They lay off of Sean Jones and he makes them pay.
What a game. Incredible. Why are the Bruins backing off defensively like that?
Well, just the second made three this season for Sean Jones. And UCLA, as that one went off of Marquette, able to retrieve it in the backcourt. 21.4 seconds. The quality of the basketball, the competition, the passion we have seen. It is vintage All-State Maui Invitational. Bruins inbound.
This has been spectacular.
Mack.
Well, great hands by Sean Jones again. Sean Jones' sense of anticipation and how to play. He has been as smart as anyone in this game tonight, maybe even superior to anyone.
So 3 seconds now to shoot for UCLA.
And they wasted all that time at the beginning.
Down two. Stefanovic, deep three. Off the heel, no. Loose ball. It's a mad chase. Coming up with it is Mack. 1 second. His shot doesn't go. And Marquette hangs on.